Hey everyone, my name's Dan Burkett. We're here at my shop, Rad Industries. We're in the break room, and today I'm going to set up a simulator. I drive in Formula Drift Pro 1. With the drift car and getting to the racetrack, you need a truck, trailer, you need tires, you need fuel. Get seat time, you gotta have a lot of money. What I've noticed a couple other drivers doing and people that aren't in Formula Drift and a lot of people having fun is they are buying simulators. I haven't had one, and it's time that I get my simulator set up so I can get added seat time and cut down on some of those costs. So today you are going to see, as we set up all this, the whole rig, we are working closely with Track Racer. You can see there's a bunch of boxes here. Majority of these boxes are for the rig from Track Racer and for the different selections that we've picked out for how we want to set up our simulator. And then we've also got a couple boxes from Fanatec for the hub and a couple other things. You guys will see as we unbox it, and we'll show you why we picked what we did. And then you see the Asus Curve Monitor, Sparco steering wheel. There will be a Sparco seat also coming shortly. We kind of are new to this, and we read what sounds good and what was really expensive, what was really cheap, and some of the stuff is like right in the middle. And so it should work great for me as like a newcomer to this. And then as I get better and better with it, maybe there'll be some changes made. But we're really excited to set up this Track Racer rig, and I guess let's unbox this stuff and get going with it. We switched cameras and we brought in help. He's not gonna talk yet, but we'll get him to talk. This is probably like 8 hours solid if everything went as planned. I can imagine that it's gonna be a little bit tricky and there's a lot going on and a bunch of hardware. So we're gonna grab some tools so we can have what we need in here. Gear wrench tools, you'll see. We're gonna get started, and we kind of don't know where to start because we haven't done this yet. So we're just gonna start opening boxes and like putting stuff, and yeah, see where we get with it. Let's see how fast we can do this. A lot of stuff. You could say there's a little bit of packaging here, but everything made it here safe from all the different locations. Everything is like infinitely adjustable with these brackets, and then these, like, they'll slide inside the runner for it, and then where you want it, you tighten it down. Those are like, look like the main bases. Each of the like cross beams and like the interconnecting pieces are stuff like this here. This is a really nice inclusive kit. Pretty excited to put it together. I just kind of lost right now because there's so many pieces. I think anyone would be, but Mark is getting on top of what we're gonna have to do. I don't think this is gonna be the easy part. We knew going into this would be pretty difficult, but once it is assembled, it's gonna be a lot of fun to use. On the sim, the Sparco circuit. This came out of my race car, and we'll just get a new one when the time comes, when the season's about to start for the race car. So they were saying, we're reading all the directions. I was exaggerating, it's not that hard to do, but it's just a lot of like slow follow the directions, and you think like you're gonna get it together in an hour. It's probably gonna take you like 4 or 5 hours. There's 2 of us here, so it will not take us that long. We're doing step 7 right now. coming up it was saying like step 6, I guess. This step 7 is this one that I was gonna do with the seat right here. But it's telling us to go 57 millimeters on this space right here. And then I was like, wait a minute, that's probably based off of a Track Racer seat, which we didn't get a seat from them because we knew we were gonna run a Sparco seat. So then I'm gonna try and set up the slider before we tighten anything down with Mark, and then put the side rails on. And then from there, we'll let this seat determine the width of where we tighten these down. Unless Mark already tightened them down. There's just a lot of little pieces, as you can see. We fully assembled it. You guys saw as we were putting it together. So this is the Track Racer TR160, and we have a couple upgrades, and I'll kind of go over that with you guys. But first I want to talk to you about the assembly. Track Racer makes it really easy. They give you a QR code and a step-by-step so you follow the directions, and if you just take your time and keep all the hardware with each section, and they'll kind of break it down for you. As long as you follow the directions, boom, you'll assemble it with pretty much no issues. It just takes time because there's a lot of pieces. But there's like really cool little things, the end caps. It's just all the finishing touches on this unit are just top notch. The other cool thing about it is everything's kind of fully adjustable so that once it's assembled, you can customize it to your height, the feel of where you want your pedals, where you want your wheel, where you want your shifter. And you can basically dial it in to be exactly like your race car. If you don't have a race car and this is your race car right here, then you can dial it into how you like your preferences. This is a TR160, and we had the direct drive Fanatec base. Let's say you didn't have this base. They offer multiple different bases, and it's fully adjustable like I was talking about. Let's see if I can get it to move a little bit. You can basically dial it in for you and your friends to drive it if you had different heights and or lengths, because you could bring it closer to you if you wanted. So that's a really cool feature. And then they have, for different wheelbases, they have like a couple other choices. Another thing that we chose was this upgrade for your keyboard. You kind of like bring it in next to you when you're in the sim. And then we've decided to, instead of use a mouse pad, it has a trackpad on the keyboard. Track Racer also offers separate upgrade for a mouse pad for your mouse. And if you guys kind of circle around the back here with me, I'll show you some of the other upgrades we did. We got this upgrade for the monitor, and this was like super user-friendly with installation. It just kind of fell in place. And I'm sure there's many different monitors, but they've given you all these different hull selections so that whatever monitor you did have, you can have it just kind of go right in place, and it was like kind of a no-brainer. They also have it set up for if you had triple screens instead of the curved monitor. And they have different hardware for those and different kits. We also got this PC shelf that kind of keeps your PC out of the way, off the floor, hidden behind. It's all like kind of keeps your unit like a little tighter. And as you can see, ours fits just right in here. It's like made perfectly for this. And then another cool feature is The adjustability where your pedals are mounted to on the base for your pedals, you can basically slide it back and forth for any length of your legs that you would have, and you can tilt it up and down. You can make it feel exactly like your race car would feel. I've kind of done that. In this position, it feels most like my car. Since I drive on the left-hand side, we have our shifter and handbrake on the right side. You guys could also have your shifter and handbrake on your left side if you were a right-hand drive car. It's fully adjustable front to back so that you can different lengths away from the screen or closer to the screen or the seat that you would want to have it. We've mounted our Sparco seat here, but it comes with sliders from Track Racer. It's just a super user-friendly unit and it looks really good. They even had these like finishing touches with the red stripes. I'm still getting better at this, but I'll jump on here and drive a little bit. We'll give you kind of like a wraparound tour of it. If you guys are kind of in the market to get one yourself, you just kind of look at through the menu. They basically have anything and everything to customize it how you would want. Top-notch stuff with like all the features you could ever want. So this is super cool for us. I just need to practice and I'll get a little bit better on here. This will provide added seat time in between races when my race car is stored on the East Coast, in between rounds. Just times that I didn't have the time to make it to the track, then I can just jump on here for like an hour at the end of the day or maybe even more. Over time, I'll get really good at this. It's pretty exciting. One other cool thing is that Torque Drift just released their game for PCs. So I'm gonna get Torque Drift on here and then I'll be able to drive my own Supra on the sim. So you guys could do the same thing. Check out Torque Drift. But for now, we're just gonna be using Assetto Corsa. Unfortunately, there's no Supra that's like mine on here, but we can drive other FD cars and other cars that people build. So got a lot to learn. I'm still new to the whole gaming, but we're really excited to dive right into this. And so hopefully you guys can go check out Track Racer and see what they have to offer that you guys might be able to get. All right, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.